we want to say thank you for epitomizes what this message is all about, for epitomizing really what is so important about keeping this game going. And Zach, I'm not just saying this. I honestly mean that in this year, 2022, there is no entity that did the job of spreading the message that we're talking about of baseball isn't boring more than the Savannah Bananas. Boom. So thank you. Just to get your perspective of it, because we've talked a lot about sort of the evolution of this year. You know, we did this project based on the springboard with Joe Kelly, a project we did, going back to January. And, you know, a big thing that Joe talks about is, you know, why are guys so guarded? Why are guys so worried about being perceived? And that conversation went all the way to the interviews in the dugout during the postseason, where some people like, I don't like those. But the fact that they were actually doing them was, oh my goodness, the players. And as Joe said, it wasn't like there were guys giving the side eye down in the dugout. Everyone accepted that. But when you talk about seeing the players and getting the personalities out of the players, I think that this year was a step forward, but this is still the work in progress. You had Papelbon, you had Peavy, you had obviously Bill Lee. You had guys who Reddick was there too, right? Yeah. Am I missing anyone? Former major leaguers?
Eric Burns was our head coach.
Eric Burns, right? So these guys get it. These guys went there. They had fun, and so. But that's where they got to get with the current players. And on every team, you might have a couple, but they're still so protective of their brands.
Right.
And I don't know if you agree with that or not, but that's my perception.
You know, it's tough. You know, I can understand both sides of the aisle. But I mean, for us, we're not really focused on that too much, because we're very lucky and we're at a point now where the people that are coming here to play here kind of understand what they're getting themselves into. And they understand that, you know, you're going to have to do stuff that's out of your comfort zone, and you're going to be allowed to have more fun. You know, Josh Reddick said it was the most fun he's ever had playing baseball.
Right.
And I mean, the dude won a World Series, you know, and I would be shocked if he went on a very serious baseball podcast and was like, most fun you ever had playing baseball. He said the Savannah Bananas. It wouldn't surprise me at all if he said that, but like I said, he won a World Series. And so I think you hit the nail on the head of just, you know, at least they're taking the steps of the interviews in the dugouts. Like you said, those were awesome. And it was really cool to see those unique perspectives. But I think they're getting there. I think they're getting there slowly but surely, but it's going to take a team to really make a leap of faith and really start to market themselves and not worry too much about selling and more about just selling their experience and their players and letting their social media following take off because they're doing things that no other teams are doing.
Well, you know how I know that it's morphing into the other professional leagues is just the other day I thought it was a Savannah Banana game whereas Jubal Cabrera tackled a guy for pimping a home run.
Yeah, so, that was wild. That was
right. But that's almost something. Honestly, that's almost something out of a Savannah Bananas game, right. Isn't it?
That was insane. I've never seen something like that before. Of you know, just we forward in this game of have fun, pinch your home runs.
Yeah.
For it, and then you see that it's like, oh my gosh, that's.
But here's the difference is that after he tackled them in a Bananas game, they would both get up and start dancing with each other, correct?
Yeah.
So I mean, yes,
exactly. Or it would be a pillow fight or something.
But so you go back to the beginning, and this is what I want to talk, or highlight, is that you guys have had such an impact. I feel on the game of baseball. In such a good way, such a positive way in the year 2022. And so looking back when the year started, we knew about the Savannah Bananas, but this year you have the ESPN thing, you obviously, I think it took I don't know, for instance, where were you on TikTok at the beginning of the year? You don't have to have exact numbers, but
it was just over, it was actually, I know the number, it was 998,000 followers.
Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine that you picked up 2 million followers in a year?
Yeah.
And so I hate to keep coming back to the TikTok thing, but this is a microcosm in so many ways of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And so to think back to when the year began to where you are now, for you, I mean, it must be A, tremendously gratifying, B, like mind blowing a little bit, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I came in 2021. At right after it was in March of 2021 is when I first started here with the Bananas, and my first game was actually Banana Ball, and this was when we were doing the One City World Tour in Mobile, Alabama, and I started here in Savannah and fell in love with it. But it took, I mean, the team was founded in 2016. I want to say the first TikTok was in 2018 or 19. So it took, 2.5 years to build up to 1 million. And then we go on this world tour and we go to 7 cities as opposed to one. We take this leap of faith and we do this test of like, can we take this to major league ballparks? Can we take it to minor league facilities? And can we really travel with Banana Ball? And we realize that not only, yes, we can, but that people are really, really want it and they're dying for it. We were almost sitting at a plateau with where we were at content wise when it came to our college league and regular baseball. We did some crazy antics and had fun with our college team, but at the end of the day, it was regular 9-inning baseball. And it really limited what we could do from a content and entertainment standpoint. And so that's when we decided to go all in on this Banana Ball thing. And it started pretty early on with our tour, with our 7-city tour. And our fans rewarded us immensely, with views and following. And, I think we gained, I actually remember it very clearly. It was while we were on tour, we hit 1 million, and our office had like a party kind of like, we were still on tour, so we were kind of grinding, and so they rewarded us with a future 1 million follower party. And before we could even do that, it was like 2 weeks later we had hit 2 million.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, so we not only did we gain like a couple thousand followers, we gained over 1 million followers in the course of almost a month. And not only gratifying, but it's also it's what I talked about earlier of listening to your fans. We listen to our fans and realize, yes, this is the future of what we're doing. It's never going to be regular baseball. It has to be Banana Ball. It has to be. People want it, and we need to take it to more people. And so, unfortunately, like seceding from the CPL, I think it was really upsetting for a lot of people. The CPL being our Coastal Plain League, which was that regular college collegiate baseball league, similar to the Cape. It was sad for a lot of people, but at the end of the day, we can only have 4,000 people here in Savannah, and it's very difficult to get tickets here. Now what we get to do is, if we look at the numbers of how many fans we actually went to last year with the 7-city tour and our college league, it was maybe a little over 100,000 people. Now we're looking at entertaining and bringing this show to 500,000 people, to 500,000 people this upcoming year, and 5 million via streaming. And then who knows what happens to the social media from there, but it is listening to our fans. And so it's just being excited of the opportunity to continue to take this to more and more people around the world.